Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy to do another video, to shoot another video for you guys. And I want to thank those people who are supporting me by subscribing to my channel, watching my videos, sharing my videos, liking them, giving me comments. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much guys. And without wasting too much time today, in today's video, I'm just going to encourage someone. I want to encourage someone who has already lost hope, someone who thinks there is no life after that, someone who's just down, who thinks their situation is the worst and maybe no one has ever been through, or maybe you know someone who has ever been through that but you don't know how they went through about it. Yeah, so in today's video I just want to encourage someone, to give someone hope that all is not lost. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your pregnancy. How was the journey?
Okay, I got pregnant. By the way, that is a kid I really wanted because of the situation. My situation made me to really want a baby. Like I just wanted a baby. So maybe I will begin from where it began for me to want a baby and for me to get pregnant. So in 2016, in 2016 October, before that I was having problems with my periods. So every time I could be in my periods, I could get the pain. There is abdominal pain. Sometimes there's too much excess bleeding. And so I was wondering, but you know, when you ask people like the old people, shows here, someone is going to tell you that is normal. And when you give birth in future, it's going to stop. So I lived by that hope that in future, when I give birth, it's going to stop. Something I wish I knew. I want to encourage, to advise someone, if you feel something which is not normal, like you have been having periods without pain and then you start having pain, it's good just to see a doctor, because maybe if I could have gone to see a doctor early, I could not have, it could not have gotten where it went to. Yeah, so I kept on hoping that in future when I give birth it's going to stop, but I was wrong. So in 2016 I was in Nairobi and my doctor came there to visit, so I went to see him and I told him about my problems, and he just touched, I don't know if it was the left side or the right side, but he just touched my stomach and told me, oh, we need to do away with these things, they have really eaten you up. I wondered what were those things. Yeah, so he told me to go and do the scan and send him the results. I never, like, I didn't know what was that. Okay, he just said like that and he didn't reveal to me what it was. He just told me go and do scan and send me the results so that I book an appointment for you to do the surgery. So I went back to the house. I was at low. I was panicking because I didn't know what was.
So you went for scan after how many days?
No, after the doctor told me, I went for scan after 3 days, because you know when someone just tells you you have a problem and he's not telling you what the problem is, and someone is like, I really wondered what was that, because whatever I found out never clicked my mind, like I can have whatever I found out. So after 3 days I went to do a scan, not a CT scan, a scan, and to my surprise I had fibroids. Yeah, it showed I had fibroids and they had overgrown, like they were so big. That's why I had the excess bleeding, the pain, like I could eat and there is no difference, there is no appetite. I was just there. So fibroids was the one causing all that. So I had just to do the scan and send the results to him.
Okay, let me take you back to a point where you said your doctor told you there was something wrong about your stomach. How did you manage to stay for 3 days without wanting to know what he really meant?
Okay, when the doctor told me that, I was like, when he came, I wasn't feeling pain. Like, and you see, my stomach was just normal. There was nothing wrong, like you could see maybe a swelling or something. No, it was just normal. So when he came, he didn't come because I was sick. He had just visited Nairobi for his own reasons. So I just went there to ask him. At that time, I wasn't feeling anything. Like I was just okay. I wasn't even my period. So I just told him through the past experience, like when I'm having my periods I feel this and this. So that's when he told me, let me see the stomach. He touched and that's when he told me, oh, you have something in your stomach that you need to remove. So it wasn't like I was sick, bedridden or something. No, I was just normal. By the way, if you are not careful, you might not know when you're having fibroids, because the only signs maybe, and you might not know, because the only signs I had were uh,
Prolonged bleed.
yeah, bleeding, and then appetite, loss of appetite. You never want to eat, like, yeah, and maybe loss of weight. Yeah, because you're not eating. So it wasn't something that I had just even realized that I have no, until when he told me that I have something wrong in my stomach.
So when you went for a scan, then you found out you had fibroid. What was your reaction?
Okay, when I found out that the guy who, I don't know, how do you call that guy who does the scan? There is that name there. I don't know. There is the name of someone who does the scan. So that guy was like, he asked me,
Radiologist or
I don't know if
whatever.
that is, yeah. So that guy was like, how old are you? You know, I was just sleeping there. I just lay there, no talking, no doing nothing. So he was like, do you have kids? I told him no. Are you married? I told him no. Then he was like, oh my goodness. Maybe you never have kids because they will have to remove your uterus. He wasn't even polite, by the way, when he was delivering the news to me. He wasn't polite. He was so rude. He just told me point blank, like he didn't beat around the bush. He just told me what they are going to do is to remove your uterus because these things, they have really, really eaten you up. So I got devastated. By the way, I lay on that bed for like 10 minutes or so. I didn't even wake up. I just stayed there. He was like, Madam, you need to get up. We have the next client or patient, so you just need to go. And he printed the results and he gave me my results, and I walked out of that place. The next thing I went to was a pub. I can't remember the name. I don't know if that pub is still there. But there I did my scan at Afya Center in Nairobi. And then the next, there was a club. I don't know the name. I just left Afya Center, I crossed the road, and then I went to that club. I started drinking because of stress. I remember I called my aunt, I called my uncle, told them about what has happened, and they told me, no, 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 just go back to the house and relax. I was like, why me? I didn't. No, you see, it was just in my mind because I had been told I'll never have kids. They are going to remove. That's the first information I got. They are going to remove the uterus.
Uterus.
So I was so stressed, I just went to drink. So I drank the whole night, went back to the house. The following day, what I did, I took the picture. I sent my doctor through WhatsApp. So after I sent him the results, he was like, you need to come back home. I do the booking. We do the surgery for you. So he told me there is hope. Yeah, so he told me all is not lost, there is hope. So I just came knowing there is hope or there is no hope, because I've had two different people telling me two different stories.
So it was a 50-50 chance. Huh?
Yeah, it was a 50-50 chance, by the way. So here I am. I've come all the way from Nairobi. We have booked for the appointment. I did my surgery at St. Mary's, Mumias. I can't remember the doctor who did that surgery. He has been a good friend of mine, so I don't know. I can't remember. Was it called David? I think it was called David. Yeah, so I went to Mumias. I came back home. You know, when you're told you need surgery, and by that time, I didn't even have an HIV. I didn't have any insurance, medical insurance cover for me. So you can imagine, here you are, you need to do the surgery and you don't have
And it's an emergency.
Yeah, it's an emergency. You've not planned financially, so it needed money. But thank God I had some money. Friends came through. There are people who supported me. They gave me money. My doctor also supported me. So because it was an emergency, we didn't delay. I came home. Like I arrived in the morning, and then the following day, no, the same morning I arrived, we had to plan and leave for Mias. Yeah, we went to Mias, and I was the one, by the way, I admitted myself. That's why I told you I wasn't feeling anything. I am the one who did all the admission process at Mias. They took my blood group, everything. I did it myself, and then I went. And by the way, let me tell you something. You see, I thought surgery is just something that someone walks there, and it's just done. I was wrong. When I left, I had a weave on my hair. Yeah, a long one, by the way. And when I came here, I even bought new pants, underwear for putting on when I'm going to theater. Yeah, it was the big one that's going to cover until my stomach. So I told my aunt, I'm packing this one. I even took some of the lipstick. You know, I didn't know. I was so naive, by the way, about that surgery. I was so naive. So we went there with my staff. After the admission, we went relaxed in our room waiting for the next day. That's when the surgery was supposed to happen at around 5 in the morning. Yeah, so at night, the doctor told me to prepare myself, be ready. So I knew it was just something normal, so it didn't hit me that night. So in the morning, the nurse came and he was like, umenyoa nywele? I asked her, which nywele? Like, umenyoa nywele? So, yeah, when you're going to do that, they always check if you have the pubic hair you've not shaved. Yeah, so she checked. She was like, lazima nikunyoe tena. Like, she wanted to do it. I was like, nimenyoa. Yeah, so she had to check, and you know, I felt embarrassed because you know, someone checking you and all that. So after that, the worst thing that I always regret, the catheter, that thing for urine. You know, that thing is just inserted direct. Like, there is no shortcut for that. You just have to open your legs wide and yeah, so I felt pain. After putting that catheter, I was so, like, I just became sick. Before that, I wasn't even sick. I was okay. I became sick. Remember, I had combed my hair very well. I had put my lipstick. My hair was so nice. Like, I had dressed up. So at around 7, the nurse came with their, I don't know how we call that dress that someone puts on when they're going to theater. So I had to remove everything I had and stay naked. You can imagine, after packing my clothes and everything, I had to stay naked, completely naked, put on that dress, carry my catheter in my hand, sit on the wheelchair, and I was taken to theater. It wasn't the best experience, by the way. When I went there, I heard gospel music in that theater. Have you ever seen heaven? Like, before anything, when I heard that gospel music inside there, for real, I just saw myself like I'm going to die. I lost hope because it was like heaven. So I went inside there, I wasn't talking. So they injected me that injection for, how do you call it, anesthesia. Yeah, after that injection, it was supposed to be half. Yeah, so it's supposed to be half. They injected me. I'm telling you, it's very painful because they inject it at the spinal cord. It's very, very painful. Like, after that, they injected me. They started, after like 2 minutes, they asked me if I'm feeling anything. I told them no. They told me to lift my legs. I couldn't lift them, so they knew, this one is done. They started their process. I was just watching. So after some time, I don't know how the medicine got finished before they even went far. I'm telling you, I felt pain. Like, I felt pain. I screamed and they had to run. They injected me the second one, and that now I lost conscious, and then they did everything. It took me like 3 hours inside there. Yeah, it was my worst experience. I felt pain, and when
that was in the morning or night?
It was in the morning. I stayed there from around 7 to around 10 or something. Yeah, so when I came back from there, they had to take me to an emergency room. I stayed there until when I gained conscious. Yeah, so when I gained conscious, I was fighting. I was like a mad person, fighting and screaming and doing all that and telling people I'm dying. Nobody recorded that, thank God, because they told me stories how I was beating people, shouting at the doctors, telling them I'm dying and all that. So after a day, went back to the ward, to my room. In fact, I was in a private room. So I went there, and the doctor came. When the doctor came in the morning, he was like, he asked me, you didn't die the way you were shouting yesterday that you are dying and dying. You are still alive, you are still here. Yeah, so he had the worst news for me again. Yeah, when he came, he told me, okay, Abigail, we tried our best. We removed what we could remove, but we didn't manage to remove all the fibroids because we had some on the veins, the blood veins, and so we couldn't cut the blood veins. So we left them there, but we managed to remove many of them. And so he told me the sad news. Like, he said, We tried our best, and God knows, but the chances of you getting a baby is 50-50. You might get, you might
Might not
never
be.
get. Yeah, because we've just opened that uterus and did what we could. So we are leaving everything to God. You might get, you might not get. I think that was the worst moment. And now, you see, the other doctor told me they are going to remove and I will never get a baby. This one told me, my doctor told me they are going to remove and I might get a baby. Now this one who did the surgery came and told me the chances are 50-50. Now you see, even after they didn't remove the uterus, the chances still are 50-50. So it was a confusing situation. And at that point, I just told God, anyway, I leave my life to you. But it was painful. Like, you see, you just be strong. But because people around you, they're being strong. But inside, you are dying. Like, it was worse. So, they told me they are going to try their best. They are going to give me injections to suppress. So, they told me we have to go and test the fibroids in a lab in Kisumu. And then we see after how long they grow back, because fibroids, they grow back until, yeah, they grow back. So they told me they are going to test them, see how long they grow back, so that they see what to do. So I stayed there. I was discharged after like 5 days. So I came back home. I did the recovery process, which is not easy. Which is not easy at all. Like, I always salute people who go through surgery or CS or any operation or whatever. It's not easy at all. It was the worst. Like, you can't even laugh, you can't cough. It's the worst. You just have to eat light meals. It was the worst experience, but I thank God I had caring people around, so it didn't take me too long to heal. So I went to Kisumu. We did the test for the surgery in the lab for the fibroids, and we found out that they grew after 1 year. So the doctor told me, what I can advise you is to try and get pregnant.
Early enough.
Yeah, early enough, try and get. So I was going for the injections to suppress them at least. So when they suppress them, they encourage you to get pregnant. Because if they are suppressing them and you're not trying to get pregnant,
They'll still
yeah,
grow.
yeah. So I had to try, but I thank God because I wanted a baby at that point now. That's when I really, really wanted a baby. I didn't even care. Like, how the baby is going to survive, if I was prepared for that. All I wanted was a baby. I didn't care about anything else. And thank God, luckily, I got pregnant after 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been heartwarming.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I got pregnant after 3 months of the surgery. Even the surgery had not healed. 3 months. Surgery takes too long. Like, it never heals, by the way. So I got pregnant after 3 months. I was the happiest person, like the happiest person. Oh, and the first person I called when I realized that I was pregnant was my baby daddy. His reaction, maybe that story for another day. I might not say it in this video. Yeah, but his reaction was not the best. As long as I wanted the baby, sometimes when we were dating, he was like, he also wanted the baby. I remember him telling me, oh, when you get pregnant, I'll do this and this. So when I realized I was pregnant, maybe this man knew I will never get pregnant. So he was just trying to tell me. So unfortunately or fortunately, I got pregnant. To me, it was fortunately. To him, it was unfortunately. So, and I called him, his reaction, that is a story I will tell another day. So I didn't give up. I called my doctor. Yeah, I called my doctor and informed him about the pregnancy. That man was very happy for me. Like, you could think he's the one who made me pregnant. He was so happy for me. He just told me, oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. What you need to do now, don't do anything heavy. And he told me, by the way, to avoid sex. He told me to avoid sex and just be there so that I'm able to carry the pregnancy to term, because he told me it's very tricky. Yeah, it's going to be very tricky for me to carry that pregnancy for 9 months. So I had to do whatever he wanted. He told me, we are going to see after 2 months, you have to go for a scan and we see if the pregnancy is, the baby is inside the uterus or outside. So I stayed calmly, not doing anything, just there admiring myself because I'm pregnant, feeling like a queen for 2 months before I did the scan. And when I did the scan, the baby was okay, the baby was inside the uterus. So I was just told there is just the normal pregnant signs and symptoms, so there was nothing wrong with the baby was okay. So my pregnant journey started there. Nursing, I had the worst pregnancy, like it was so complicated. Every time I could feel pain, abdominal pains, you could think that the other scar is bursting. Like I could stay for 2 days, I'm okay. The next day, I'm very sick. I'm admitted, like the baby is coming out and all that. So I had the worst pregnancy. But funny enough, I never lost hope. Remember, I'm doing that alone. My baby daddy is not there. He's not supporting anything. So this thing, I'm just trying to balance. Here I am. I'm nursing the pregnancy. At the same time, I have to see how the baby is going to survive when the baby comes. So I have to balance. I'm sick. So by the way, I always count myself as one of the strongest women I know. Because I know if I didn't want that baby, I could have given up. But I tried my best, even going to the hospital. I could go stay there for a week, come back. So at around 7 months, it was so worse. I got sick. I even had, how do you call it? I had malaria. How do you call it? Cerebral malaria? At some point, I wasn't okay. So I went to the hospital and the doctor told me, I went to some hospital around here by there, and they told me that my baby is headless. I even wondered how, like I got and they injected me. My uncle got so mad at me when they injected me. I don't know, I don't know, just some, okay, when you're pregnant, just get someone who's going to take care of you. Don't go to any hospital. I almost lost my baby at 7 months. So I went back to my doctor in Mumias and they did scan for me and they found out that I had placenta previa. Placenta previa is whereby the placenta goes and covers the baby's head. So the head can't be seen, but the baby was okay. So I told the doctor, maybe remove the baby. The doctor was like, no, the baby is going to be okay. And the placenta previa is very dangerous when it's bleeding, but mine wasn't bleeding. So the doctor told me I'm going to have selective CS. That's whereby they do the CS without feeling any pain. Like they don't wait for labor pain. Yeah, they just book for an appointment 2 weeks before the EDD, the expected delivery date. Yeah, so that's what happened to me. After that, the doctor told me to come back home and wait. If I see anything, any pain, I just have to rush to the hospital. And funny enough, when I came back, I stayed for the next 2 months without going back, just observing myself and all that. So I went 2 weeks before, and when I went there, yeah, when I went 2 weeks before also, I just went there walking, did the admission and everything. I was so happy. Like, I really wanted to meet my baby. I was so happy. So I went there, did everything. The surgery also was supposed to happen very early in the morning, the CS now. Yeah, and at night, the doctor who was supposed to do the CS for me in the morning came and asked me if the baby is playing. I told him, yeah, the baby is okay, he has been playing. But the doctor looked at me, touched my stomach again and told me this baby is not moving. He's not okay. He just took the machine and did the test and told me I can't even feel his heartbeat. There again, my happiness just vanished within a minute. I was like, how am I going to go back home without a baby and all that? He told me we can't do the scan. We can't do the surgery, the CS tomorrow because of the condition here. So we have to see the doctor again and do some scan. So I went to a nurse who was there, did for me a scan and told me the baby is okay. I came back with the result, showed my doctor, and he told me, so tomorrow in the morning, we are going to start with you very early in the morning. So they prepared me. I was happy. I went to theater again at around 8 on Friday, date 29, 2017, at 8, exactly at 8. That's when my baby, I just had him crying. Like, you know, the whole process, my eyes were closed. I wasn't even, they are talking to me and I wasn't even answering anyone. Those nurses were trying to ask me questions that where do you stay? Those silly, silly questions they ask to keep you busy. But I wasn't even talking to anyone. But when I heard my baby crying, I opened my eyes so fast. The nurse was like, oh, kumbe ulikuwa unasikia. So they showed me the baby. He had 6 digits. Yeah, he has 6 fingers on each. My doctor lifted him up for me and told me, oh, look, here is our doctor. I was so happy to see my baby. I couldn't keep calm. Like, I kept on telling them, I want to see my baby. They were like, Mama, tulia wakushone. Like, I just wanted to jump out of that bed and hold my baby. I was telling them, take my baby to my aunt. They are going to steal my baby and all that. So, yeah, it was the best experience. I had a very difficult pregnancy, but it was the best. Like having that baby, nursing that pregnancy, just knowing that you are carrying someone inside you, the happiness, despite the challenges I was going through. Yeah, just that hope of having that baby, raising someone, carrying life in your womb. Yeah, that one only gave me hope. So I might say my pregnancy was challenging. At the same time, it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. So I didn't look too much at the challenges. I looked at the baby, the happiness the baby is going to bring into my life and all that. And that's what maybe encouraged me and gave me the strength to go on and carry that pregnancy for 9 months.
Okay, now tell us, after the surgery and the doctor told you they had not removed all of them, how is it? Is it better? Are they cured? Are you on daily medication?
Okay. Fibroids, according to what I was told and what I've read and know right now, we don't have cure for fibroids. The only cure for fibroids is removing the uterus or making your uterus active. Making your uterus active, that's by giving birth.
Okay, but I once read somewhere that is it suppressing or curing them if they're small?
Oh, if they're small, I read that there are herbals that can cure them. Yeah, I know. Even my doctor told me if we didn't let mine grow to that length, they could have cured them through herbals. That we have herbals that cure fibroids. Yeah, so apart from herbals, but if they are now overgrown and some they are just stubborn. Let me use that word, stubborn. Because if they are not cured, the surgery can be done. And if you are lucky enough, if you get pregnant, some people, okay, they differ from each person. Like my fibroids can't be the same with yours, can't be the same. Maybe, yeah, they are the same, but they differ with a person. So, like now mine, I did surgery. They told me maybe after you get pregnant, they are going to disappear. There are some people who do surgery, get pregnant, and they disappear. They never come back again. But in my case, like sometimes I do go for scan, and I am told they are still there. So they haven't disappeared.
So let me ask you one thing. So are they recurring?
Yeah, they are, and they are growing back.
Oh, okay.
Mine. So that's why my doctor is encouraging me, but he always tell me every day that get pregnant.
Again?
Yeah, he always tell me to get pregnant again.
So you'll keep on getting pregnant?
Pregnant, yeah,
Hey,
to make
no.
to make my yeah, that's why maybe I'm thinking about it if I should get another baby. Yeah, maybe I need one. Before the year ends, I should get pregnant to make them
all the best.
to make them go down some. Yeah, so yeah, I think there is no definite cure for fibroids. It differs from one person to another. So for me, mine, they are not done. Like I'm not done with fibroids because they are still there, though they are not as heavy as before. Or I should start looking for those herbals, start taking the herbals. Because if I let them continue growing, they will be the same case and they will have to remove them. So, and you know, they are also dangerous. Like if you let them grow and you get pregnant, most likely you will have a miscarriage. Because they are always in the same place with the baby. So they fight with the space with the baby and the baby ends up coming out. So it's always advised when you're pregnant, you should not have fibroids. Some of them, the baby do survive with the fibroids, and when they give birth in that process, they do the surgery, they remove their baby and remove the fibroids. So it all depends. I can't say that I got cured from fibroids. No, I haven't. And there is no definite cure for fibroids. Some people are just lucky that when they do the surgery, it disappears. Some are lucky in a way like that when they give birth, they disappear. So for me, I'm still fighting fibroids, and I know I have hope that I'm going to get well. But
So are you on any kind of
no, right
medication?
now, okay, I've been taking some medicine that the doctor gave me. I don't know its name, but I've taken that medicine for 6 months now. It just got finished, and I need to go back for a scan, and we see how they are doing. So actually, I've been on medication for the last 6 months. I've been taking just some small tablets that I've been taking for 6 months. So yeah, I'm hoping that when I go for the next scan, maybe it's going to show some different or positive results. Yeah, so I'm just grateful that I've been through that. I'm just grateful that it has taught me something. I can encourage someone. If you're out there and you feel like maybe you have fibroids and you've lost hope, try to talk to doctors and see. There are chances that you can do a surgery and they are going to be removed and you're going to get a baby. My baby is almost turning 5 years. He's now a big boy after the surgery. So sometimes I call him my fibroids baby because I was told you might never give birth, the uterus is going to be removed, but I gave birth to a bouncing, a very healthy baby boy. Yeah, so I'm grateful. So feel encouraged out there. If you are watching this video, just know there is hope. Don't lose hope. Be encouraged, be strong, visit your doctors, do whatever they are telling you, and you are going to be okay. It's never an 100% deal. Yeah, but through prayers, also believe in prayers. God works wonders. He worked wonders for me when everyone thought it might never happen. He made it happen. So I'm grateful to God also. I'm grateful to my doctors and everyone who has been with me through this journey. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Like, I'm so grateful for the support I'm receiving is so good. Like, it's so good. I'm so happy, and let's meet in the next video. We're going to see what we're going to talk about. If you feel encouraged, just put the comment down there. I always read my comments and I always reply. So thank you so much. May God bless you.
Bye.